In today's FX markets, let's take a look at the Japanese yen futures as they're moving higher today. Yen futures higher for a second session. Today we're seeing the yen futures up about 2.5%, so holding on the majority of the gain. Now yesterday we did see quite a volatile session. Yen futures finished the session higher, but giving up a big chunk of those higher price levels early in the session. And now today we're seeing the yen futures holding on to those gains, trading at 2.5-week highs. And when you look at some of the factors, really, one of the primary factors over the last week appears to be the possibility of intervention in the markets. Has not been confirmed, but looking at the volatility and the general price action with the yen coming off of basically 34-year lows, that has been discussed heavily as a possible driver of the price action. Also, the Fed message, digestion of the Fed message, I think is another factor contributing to the higher price action. As we're seeing most of the major FX futures markets higher on the session, as we see the Treasury markets moving higher and yields moving lower on the heels of that Fed decision yesterday and the processing of that over the last 24 hours. Now, looking at the yen, we are seeing it show significant relative strength today, and again, realizing volatility here for a fourth or fifth session, actually. But all the major FX markets are higher today, and we're looking at the euro and the British pound holding on to some solid gains, as well as the Swiss franc and the Australian dollar as well. So yen continuing to realize some volatility, but in today's prices, we see the yen holding on to a 2.5-week high.